Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Watchalong, where you get to watch the EuroLeague game of the week. We have finally come down to the end of the season. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with the EuroLeague Final Four matchup. And I got a very, very special guest, a man that I've known as Mr. Final Four himself. And that just dates back to our younger years before he had the mustache that we've all grown to love and that he's recently shaved off. He's looking a lot more clean cut. But please give a nice EuroLeague welcome to my man, Michael Rowe. Mike, what's good, bro?
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Our second installment here. So it's a special weekend. The Final Four, always a very good time. Some high level basketball. And what's better than hearing us Southern California kids talk?
Nah, I know it, man, and I appreciate you coming back, man. And we definitely wanted somebody with some Final Four experience, man. And I'm really interested to see this game, hear your insight, and to see what happened. But let me catch the fans up on all the action that has occurred in case they've been sleeping under a rock the last few weeks. But if you guys at home are looking to watch this game as well as the rest of the semifinals, including the championship game, you guys can head over to EuroLeague TV. That's EuroLeague.tv. We got 20% off your Final Four pass. That's right, 20% off because we're so generous here. And we have a promo code F420. That is F, the letter F, the number 4, the number 2, and then the number 0. And that will be for the finals. That will be for the Final Four, and you can purchase individual games if you would like, so you can watch your favorite team and see if they take the trophy home. But let's go. Let's take a trip back and see the playoff journey for these two teams. As Olympiacos was taken to a Game 5 by AS Monaco, which was a thriller of a series. Um, and they were able to win at home in Athens, and Peace and Friendship Stadium was rocking. And the Greeks overcame Monaco's lead to take it in the final quarter. Shaq McKissick and Kostas Sloukas and Thomas Walkup all played a huge role in that comeback victory, which was a very, very exciting game. And on the other side, Efes beat AX Armani Exchange in Game 4. Milan's home court advantage was not enough to stop Efes, and as we know, Milan was dealing with some injuries, but Efes looked in tip-top shape as Tibor Pleiss had 25 in that game with almost a near perfect accuracy, and he had a huge 37 PIR to snatch the win and the series for Efes there. So it was an interesting matchups in the previous round, but this is what we're all here for, man. It's the semifinals. Efes, playing against Olympiacos. As we heard, there's a million Olympiacos fans in the gym. Mike, I gotta get your prediction, man. Who you think's coming away with this one here? But yeah, I think if I had to give my prediction, I would definitely
I think
say
Efes is going to
Anadolu
take
Efes.
it. Just
Okay.
the experience factor, the camaraderie that they have. They've been doing it for seems like a really so many years now.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Efes, I'm definitely rolling with Efes, man. I think this is the one team, you definitely do not want to see in a single elimination game. You know what I mean? Because they could turn up on you from so many different directions. They've been here before, as you said. They got the veteran leadership, and they can score in bunches. So I definitely think Efes is going to be very, very difficult to beat, in this game. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen, man. And everybody back home, let us know who you guys are going for. I see everybody on YouTube. They're casting a poll on YouTube, man. And Olympiacos, Olympiacos 71% and 29% of the fans think Ephesus is going to win. So I'm pretty sure we got a lot of Greek fans in the YouTube comments, judging by those numbers. But man, how much do you think that this fan base is gonna play a role in in this game. And
I
I'm gonna
think it will
take
be huge. Actually, you see all the reports of all the Greek fans really taking up most of the tickets, and they're a great boost for their team.
Yeah, for sure, man. There's a lot of Greek fans. I mean, they're definitely going to give them a lot of energy, and I think that this is probably going to turn it similarly into like a home game for Olympiacos. They've been extraordinary at home all season, and I think a lot of that was in large part to their fans, the energy that they give to this team. They play offensively and defensively, collectively, and I think that that energy from the fans just gets you moving at a different pace and on another level. So yeah, I think that the fans are definitely are definitely going to play a role here. But as we look at the starting fives for both teams, we have Thomas Walkup, Dorsey, Vezenkov, Papa Nicolau, and Mustafa Fall starting for Olympiacos. And on Anadolu Efes side, we have Shane Larkin, Vasile Micic, Adrian Mowerman, James Anderson, and Tibor Pleiss. So, the starting fives are in. I'm looking forward to these matchups, and I think I think for Olympiacos, I think it was a perfect matchup for them facing against Monaco in the last round because the guards had to really be on point. They had to defend. You had to guard multiple players at the guard position that could create and get into the paint and score and things like that. And I think that team kind of mirrors a little bit what they're going to have to deal with here in this series. So I think that there's a lot of things swaying in Olympiacos' favor heading into this game in regards to matchups. What do you see with these matchups right now?
Okay. I kind of agree with your statement that Monaco has, especially Mike James, really somebody who puts all that pressure on the defense, can get in the lane, is always looking to attack. Efes with the dual-headed monster, if you want to, with Shane Larkin and Micic, really attacking at all times. Really pressure on the defense. You can't run back lackadaisically. You have to stay focused on every cut that the offense is making. Every closeout is key because if you're letting two guys get in the lane, then you're really in rotation problems. And once teams get to scrambling on defense in their rotation, then that's really when you get wide open shots.
Right. And I think too, from what I've seen from Ephes this year, sometimes their offense does get stagnant and Misic and Larkin just end up having to break somebody down and make plays. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of how Monaco played as well. Mike James
Yeah.
once he gets into his isolation bag, and the same thing with Dwayne Bacon there. So, I think that, it kind of, it was a great test run and a great fight for Olympiacos, man. And I'll be interested to see how they hold up with these guards, man. But I mean, you got to think like as a defender, having to go through Mike James in one round, and now you're faced with Larkin and Misic. Just like, yo, man, can I get a break? I mean, those are
Right.
probably Larkin and
Absolutely.
James are probably two of the quickest and most difficult to guard on an island in EuroLeague, wouldn't you think?
100%, 100%. You could even flip that the other way too, because Efes with Milan's defense in their playoff matchup, they got to switching, but once they started switching, then they really clogged the paint and really used their length. They have a lot of tall guys down low as well. It's similar to Olympiacos, so kind of gives Efes a look at maybe what Olympiacos is going to try to do defensively, given that both were in similar situations with their guards attacking and try to break it down. So I think both playoff matchups really benefited both teams as to what they're going to see here in this semifinal game.
Yeah, for sure, man. So what do you think about the what role do you think the bigs are going to play in this series? I said ahead of
Mhm.
the Olympiacos series that Mustafa Fall was going to be key just because of Monaco's penetration. But I think with how do you think Tibor Pleiss is going to play a role in this particular series in regards to keeping Fall at bay and the other bigs off the bench?
Yeah, in my opinion, he might be the key to them. He's played unbelievably in my opinion, these last couple weeks, really for the whole season. But he's come on so strong. Some really, really big games. His ability to step outside, being so tall and shoot, has really provided a nice offensive spark for them. Really gives them a different type of dynamic because Fall probably not so used to stepping away from the basket like that. As big as he is, he's more paint oriented, trying to block shots around the rim. But if Tibor can step aside, he's really shooting the three well. If you can get a little bit of daylight and give him those, then that's a really big advantage for Efes, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I'd have to agree with you on that. And for everybody back home, the game is underway. We are a minute into this game, and we already have a score of 3-2 with Ephes in the lead. Shane Larkin has hit a bucket, and Mustafa Fall got a nice post up bucket. If you guys want to watch this game, I see some of you in the comments are looking for this game. You guys can head over to EuroLeague.tv. We got a 20% discount with the promo code the letter F, the number 4, the number 2, and the number 0. If you guys want to watch this game, but yeah, man, I think man, with Shane hitting that first bucket, man, like how in this type of game, how much confidence does it give you? I mean, you always want to hit your first bucket, but
Mhm.
hitting that first bucket in the Final Four, man, you gotta think. I gotta think that it just kind of like levels your nerves out a little bit and gets you a little more amped up.
Yeah, 100%. No matter how many games you played, especially in this situation, the Final Four, the first time with fans in 3 years, them coming off the championship last year, everybody's just super hyped. You see that first ball go in the basket, and you just really calm down so much. Personally, and then once one goes in, you can see 8, 10 in a row. So you never know. That's all you need to see, and I'm sure he's calming himself down and really feeling a lot better about it now.
Yeah, definitely, man. And what? One player I'm interested to see play in this game, and he could be another X factor. Is Tyler Dorsey? He hasn't really had a game where he's got hot or gotten off yet in the playoffs, and I think that
Mhm.
the law of averages say, man, it's coming soon. So I think if he can get it going, man, I think he can kind of turn things around for Olympiacos, man, because they're a great
Yeah,
defensive
definitely with
team,
the law
and
of averages
adding some more
and
firepower.
and shooters shoot. He really looks to get him up. Anytime he's searching for some daylight, it's going up. No hesitancy. He's one guy, can make 10. I think maybe he's done it before when he was in Maccabi, 10 threes. So if
Mhm.
like we said, if he sees one goes in, it could be a really long night for Everest in that instance.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm interested to see how he does here. But as always, we have a player head-to-head matchup that we like to focus on heading into games. And today it will be Kostas Slukas versus Shane Larkin. Shane Larkin has
Mhm.
put up double figures for nine of the 10 last games. Larkin is number 2 in average PIR at 18.9, and Slukas is he's in his ninth Final Four in 11 seasons. Slukas has put up a double-digit PIR in 18 of his last 19 games, and he's number 5 all time in assists. So, let's see how these two players put their make an impact on this game, and let's see what happens from there. Is Thomas Walkup, man? Thomas Walkup, man, I got a lot of respect for this dude, man. He's been a 30% shooter, all season, but he kicked that thing up to
Mhm.
40, man, since the playoffs has started, man. I think he was a
He really made
huge
some big
reason
shots in game
for this
5
game.
too.
Oh yeah, huge,
Some
timely.
some really, really key timely shots.
Yeah, for sure, man. And ooh, Vezenkov with a nice drive and dish to Mustafa Fall, man. Vezenkov he's one of my favorite players in EuroLeague, man. I don't see a lot of holes in his game, man. He does so much, on the
Mhm.
court, man. He's such a facilitator, shoots it, got a quick ratchet, and man, he's really one of the leaders of this team, I just love his game, man. I
Now
love
that
watching him play.
you say that, just thinking about him, he's catch and shoot as soon as he gets it too. If anybody is giving him any daylight, that thing is going up, and it's been really smooth all season. So starting with him and Dorsey in the game, I mean, my goodness, if Efes is not on their cues defensively right away, then could be lights out quick.
Yeah. Hey, Sasha might have the quickest jump shot in EuroLeague out of the shooters. I don't know if I mean he gets it off in like a split second. You know what I mean?
He does get it off very
Man,
quick.
he's tough.
I'm trying to think of the shooters throughout the EuroLeague. I'm not ready to give him the quickest yet, but he's definitely up there with the quick release.
He's got a quick trigger for sure, man. So you definitely gotta
Mhm.
you gotta get there early on those closeouts, man, with that high
Yeah.
hand. But
Yep.
yeah, man, I
And it's a
think
little awkward,
Shane's
he's lefty. A lot of guys don't know how
oh
to
yeah.
close out to lefties correctly, and so that's definitely different.
Is that something that that you pay attention to while playing, like closing out with the left hand high versus the right hand high, depending on the hand of the shooter?
Yeah, there's got to be. Depending on also which side of the floor you're on. You want to change your stance, which high hand is coming. But depending on him being left-handed, a lot of guys will always put their right hand for a closeout if they're a right-handed player. And for him, sometimes it might be getting in the way. But if you're on the other side of the floor and you're closing out left-handed, he's not even seeing you, and he's just shooting easy, and it's nearly going to go in every time.
For sure, man. And what's interesting is like, when I played, I always let's just say like you're closing out to somebody like Shane, who's just, he can hurt you from outside and inside. I feel like when you're closing out
Mhm.
to somebody like that, I feel like all of that just goes out the window. I just want to square him. I'm not trying to give him any
Mhm.
advantage to any side. Like a player like that, like I rather close out square as opposed to shading one side and trying to get the right hand up.
Right.
So it would be interesting. It'll be interesting to see that. But speaking of Shane, he's approaching another milestone, or he's approaching a milestone here as he needs 2 points for 2,500 points in his EuroLeague career. So I don't think I don't think there's anybody in the building thinking that he won't make that milestone. But tell me, man, what in your
Right.
eyes,
Right
what makes
here.
Shane so great?
I mean, a lot of it is probably his athleticism, his ability to get by defenders so easily. His change of direction is elite, faking to his right. He really likes to go left. So a lot of times he'll fake to his right, and he'll even go between the legs on his crossover, which is a little bit slower than, a right to left cross in front of you. And he's just lulling the defender to sleep between the legs cross going left. So, like I said, most defenders find that a little bit awkward. It's different. You might think because he's right-handed, he wants to go right, but in fact, he likes to go left. And his speed is just once he gets going, it's very, very hard to get in front of him.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think he's definitely the key for Ephes in the sense because of his athleticism. I mean, he's the one
Mhm.
player. If he wants to get into the paint, he can get into the paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no denying it.
You're not going to stop him in a foot race. So I think
Mhm.
with him creating paint touches and being able to distribute, I think is going to be key because Olympiacos is just so sound defensively. You got to get those guys
Mhm.
rotating so you can get some easy shots there. But
Yeah, absolutely,
we have
especially
a
because
timeout here. Go ahead.
I was saying, especially with Thomas Walkup, he likes to play so physical. He moves his feet very well, and he's quick for how big he is. But his ability to play with his strength, he's got the big, strong defensive body. So for Shane, he wants to play with a little bit more space in between him and not let Walkup try to, put his forearm on him and keep bumping him as he's riding through the
Mhm.
paint, all that. So Shane's going to look to use his speed to get by him there.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we're at a timeout, but Coach Ottoman was very determined as soon as he touched down in Belgrade. As we have a clip here to, uh, to He said we arrived in a thunderstorm, man. It seems like he's been pretty loose, man, and I think that just kind of shows, the experience. They're the defending champs, and they've obviously been in this type of game before. What do you think about, just how loose he's been, and what do you think
Mm.
that means for their team to have a coach, be so loose in such a pivotal game?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, most coaches are so uptight and worried about every X and O, and can't sleep the night before thinking about weak side rebounding and closing out and all that. But he just breathes confidence. He's so confident in his team and his players, and his style is so different in that sense. He gets the most out of his players because he lets them play free.
Hmm.
Puts them in situations that they're able to play to their strengths, and his confidence. If you see your coach so confident like that, you're gonna have confidence just by being around that. It's positive. It goes from the top to bottom of a team, and like I said, it's different, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I think he says a lot. I think he says what a lot of players feel, on the team. I mean, you
Mhm.
never. I I can speak for myself here, but you're never on a team where you think like, oh, we don't have a chance, to lose this game when you're this caliber of good. And I think that by him saying that, it reinforces and allows his team to play with that confidence, and to not second guess
Mhm.
yourself, even if you may be the underdog or not. But
Right.
yeah, I think having a coach that gives his players confidence and is vocal about it, it allows you to have that confidence and speak it into existence as well. But just to catch the fans up back home, we got a score of 12-7. Ephes is down early in this game. We're just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter, but we got a lot of basketball left to be played, man. And I want to talk about James Anderson, man. He's a player to me that is just an ultimate professional. As Mustafa Fall gets another bucket down low, they've been pounding it into him. With he's got a quick 7 points, but James Anderson, man, like whether he plays, whether he comes off the bench, whether he starts, DMPs doesn't matter, man. He seems like he's always ready, and I think that it's just great to have guys on the team that and obviously he's been there for years, but man can just accept the role, fulfill it, and just give you something no matter how much you use him or not.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a talent in itself just to be ready at any point. Coach Alterman, he gets a start today, the biggest game in the season so far, and he's going to play nice minutes to start, and he's going to be a key contributor. But sometimes come off the bench, might not play until the second half, get thrown in the fire, and give you 7 minutes, and then a couple threes from really solid defense, a couple rebounds, and to be able to do that after coming from the bench, sitting for a while, it's very tough to do, and I think that's
Mhm.
a very talent to just whatever your number is, come out and produce.
Yeah, for sure, man. It definitely is, man. And I just love to see it, man. Just basketball players just being basketball players, regardless of the circumstances. But Brian Dunstan just hit a 3-pointer to bring the lead to 14-10 with Olympiacos ahead. As we see, Brian Dunstan he has 5 points early in this game, but yeah, man, it looks like Ephes is starting to catch their groove, man. Dunstan knocking down that 3-pointer, and they got another possession here with some subs. So let's see if they can get another bucket. And right on cue, Shane Larkin hits a three ball, and I mean, that's two threes early for Shane, man. 14-13, and Shane has now passed the 2,500 mark. With that bucket, as we had said before. But we got a 1 point game with Ephes only down one, 14-13, as we have 2 minutes left in this first quarter. I'm interested to see how much Shane is going to score tonight. It looks like he's locked in, man. He might have went to bed at 8 o'clock. He went to bed early last night.
He was
He
on the
locked
Patrick
in.
Beverly situation.
The Pat Bev pregame diet at 8 p.m. But yeah, nah, for sure, man. He's definitely locked in, man. And it's funny because anytime a player like that gets hot, you got to start giving him more attention. But then you got that other monster on the other side in Misic that you just can't forget about. And that's the value of having the 1-2 punch. Is Elijah Bryant hits a 3-pointer, and now Ephes is they're starting to get it going. They've taken the lead 14-16 with a minute and a half left. Man, Ephes got guards for days, bro.
I mean, that was what an addition middle of the season to get Elijah Bryant. You know, he played so well the last couple of years in Maccabi. Gets to go back home,
Mhm.
play a little bit, get a championship, and now coming to an elite EuroLeague team. I mean, if he can help them win this one, then everything was definitely worth it. But yeah, like you said, elite guard play for FS.
Yeah, for sure, man. So with oh man, what a move by Misic on the baseline there. But I mean, what do you do with pick and rolls, man, to slow these guards down? I mean, what would you suggest? I mean, regardless of the team, let's just say you're not with Olympiacos, but in the perfect world, would you just want to switch everything?
Perfect world, yeah. I mean, you hope that you have bigs who can move their feet quick enough to be able to switch it. Once teams get to switching, you know, a lot of teams will try to force the ball inside on a mismatch or strictly play the mismatch instead of running their offense and continuity and the ball moving. And then, you know, if you can get a team to really slow down just trying to play isolation, then you can send a double team, you know, shrink the floor and cut off all their angles. So, I mean, ideally that would be the best case scenario, but you know, with Fall being so big, I don't know if he has that ability to guard a Shane Larkin out on the perimeter. So
Hmm.
every team is gonna be different, whether they go small or big, and depending on the person out there.
Yeah, and so you face both coaches, man. So what do you expect from both coaches in regards to making adjustments in this game and just overall strategy
Mhm.
heading into this game?
Yeah, you know, Bartzokis, I think he's really known for his in-game strategy, switching up things once he's able to read the first half, kind of view everything, see how teams are playing. And then, you know, like we mentioned earlier, Ataman just breeds confidence. So their team's going to go from the beginning. But Efes, they're so versatile that maybe Dunstan and Pleiss are the only ones who are not going to be switching. So everything else, Singleton, Mormon, 1 through 4, they can handle all that no problem. And you might even want a Singleton out on the guard just because he's so long and he can really move his feet. That might be the
Hmm.
best situation for them defensively. So in that instance,
Right.
then you definitely going to try to 1 through 4.
Yeah, for sure. And looks like we got an offensive foul on Brian Dunstan with 1.6 seconds left in this first quarter.
Mm,
Papa Nicolau just knocked down a tray ball, so we got a score of 19-18. Olympiacos is back on top, and looks like they're going to have the ball for this last 1.6 seconds, which I imagine it'll be somewhere near a half court heave. Oh, it's actually free throws. Sorry. Um, they'll be
Yeah,
it'll be at the
bad
line.
foul. Given that they're in the bonus with
Yeah,
less than 2 seconds left. I mean, I know you want
yeah.
to fight for the offensive rebound, but with the time there, now you're giving them 2 extra free points.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a foul. You want to take back, but at the same time, you got to let your pit bull off the leash in this type of game, man. You want him. They're not gonna call all of them. That's what
That's true.
that's what you got to tell the bigs. They're not gonna call all of them,
Yeah.
big dog. So,
If you're fouling the whole game, they can't call every foul, so they can only call some of them.
nah.
So yeah, you're right. You know, maybe this will be better for them in the long run.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think in these type of games where it's going to be so evenly matched, you definitely want to try and win the rebounding battle. Give yourself a
Mhm,
chance, as many shots as possible. Obviously, you got to do so, with the level of intelligence and try not to get these cheap fouls. But
mhm.
we'll see how the rebounding battle plays out. So we got 1.6 here with the Olympiacos up 21-18, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Olympiacos is going to take that lead with them heading into the quarter break. So we're going to see if we make any early adjustments here, but it's been a first quarter of fireworks. As Mustafa Fall, scored 7 points, and Shane Larkin, he's already been on the board with 6. So this should be interesting. But this is the first semifinal, so let's see who these teams may face in the final. And the winner of this game will face either Barcelona or Madrid, which will be the following game. Out of Barcelona and Madrid, Mike, you're going to be the genie. I know you could see into the future. I know you got all the EuroLeague expertise. Give the fans a spoiler alert. Who's going to win the next semifinal, man?
It's a really tough call. Classicos are always great. They go, crazy things happen. That's for sure. I think I like Barca, just because the season that they've been having has been great from the. So until I can see them knock them off, I'm going to go with Barca.
Yeah, Barca is definitely on Madrid this season, and I mean this is a different game. This is a different game. Just different stakes. You can't ride high on the past, but I think Barcelona. Especially having that scare with Bayern, last in the quarterfinals. I think they're not going to take this team lightly, and they know what's at stake. I'm sure the Spanish media has been hyping this game up, since the
Absolutely.
series ended. So I definitely have Barca winning, and I have Barca actually winning the entire thing this year. I think this is their revenge year. I said it early. And for the fans back home, I did have Olympiacos in the Final Four from the very beginning as well, pretty early on in the series. So, so I don't have them winning this game, but we'll see, man. I think it's
Well,
going
I
to be
mean,
Barca and
just
Efes.
the differences from the Spanish teams or what they were coming from. Madrid was really struggling for maybe a solid month there, maybe even 5-6 weeks, and then they come in and the sweep in the playoffs. And Barcelona was playing great, and then they get taken to 5 games in the playoffs. So really strange situations, but it's been what 3 weeks since the end of the playoffs till now. So hopefully the teams both really found their rhythm and they're starting to come into it, especially for tonight's game.
Yeah, that will definitely be an exciting game, and everybody back home, let us know who you guys think is gonna win the Barcelona Real Madrid matchup. Don't let me and Mike be the only ones that's willing to walk on the edge and stand on our picks, man. It's early, anybody can talk. You know what I mean, when the game's going and got a 10-point lead, man. Let's get our predictions in early. So leave your predictions in the comments, and you guys can even chime in here and let us know who you guys think is going to win this Olympiacos Efes game. Even though we have an overwhelming amount of Olympiacos fans on this on the comment section. The poll, just an update on the poll for the Olympiacos Efes poll in regards to who's going to win. We have an overwhelming 77% think Olympiacos is going to win this game. So that's
Wow,
interesting.
really? I'm shocked
77,
it's so high.
77%. I am too. I mean, these
Maybe
are
maybe they're
aren't they
really
playing the defending
streaming this a
champs?
lot in Greece.
Hey, I
77. I
don't
mean,
know. Yeah, man, I have no idea. I think all 11,000 are probably on YouTube watching the watch along. All 11,000 Olympiacos fans. They must be on the watch along, man, because that's a pretty big number. But hey, it is what it is, and I guess we'll all see as we have a score of 22-20 right now. But yeah, there will also be a lot of fans in the building to support Ephes, and we have a graphic here of Shane signing the jersey. From your Final Four experience, man, how refreshing is it to see your fans, whether it be at the team hotel or even at the game?
Yeah, I mean, last year is a very strange situation, Final Four without the fans. So I'm
Oh, right.
sure this really makes all the players just feel that much more comfortable. It's back to what we consider normal. Growing up,
Mhm.
playing in all these games, everything is packed, the hotels are lively, fans are chanting all the time, banging their drums and really just kind of waiting in the lobby for everybody to come out and get autographs. That's just kind of what we're used to, and makes it 100% back to normal and more realistic to what we were used to growing up.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think it's always good to know that you guys have that you have support, heading into any game. So
Hmm.
hopefully the Efes fans can crank up the volume a little bit and and compete, a little bit with the Olympiacos fans in this game. But as they keep showing replays of that Slukish jumper, man, he's been every bit of tough in this playoffs, man, and especially coming off the bench for them. He's definitely a heck of a player and somebody to watch in this game, as he's also a part of our player head-to-head matchup. But let's check in with Papa Nicolau, um, as he's been playing well this game as well, with 7 points and 2 rebounds, and looks like we got a comment. Gotovusha says hello from Gotovusha in Serbia. Well, hello to you. And, I'd like to know who you're cheering for, since Serbia doesn't necessarily have a horse in the race. Let us know your predictions. And, I'll be interested to see if you're part of the 77 or are you part of the 23%. Let us know where you stand over there in Gotovusha, Serbia. But, man, 27-24. It's funny, man. Shaq McKissick, it's like, how like when shooters hit a 3-point jumper, it's like, the heat check's coming, right? When Shaq
Hmm.
gets downhill, he's going downhill the next 4 or 5 times, like
Yeah,
no breaks, man. He's like that,
yeah,
man.
for
He goes
sure. And
down, layup or foul, it's over for you. He's going. He's putting his head
yeah,
down. He's
because I
rolling
mean, at
downhill.
that point, you just have to guess which way he's going to go if you're going to try to take a charge, because he's so strong, so fast. And like you said, I mean, as soon as he throws that ball out, gets his tilt going forward, and he sees the cup, there's no denying it.
Oh no, you're not getting around those shoulders, man. And then he has the athletic ability to just rise over and finish over the big, which is
Mhm.
which is huge, man. So, Shaq's one guy you definitely want to try and gap him a little bit and get ahead of that rush heading towards the basket. Um,
Mhm.
but we have a score of 29 to 24. But man, the defensive intensity, and Shane hits another three ball, man. Shane's keeping them right
Another
there.
one.
The
Yeah.
Man, the defensive intensity, man, and the rotations. I feel like they've been looking good so far. You know what I mean? I mean, guys have they've made shots, but I haven't seen too many breakdowns thus far. I think both teams are playing solid defensively.
No, it's been an elite game early, and like you said, the defensive rotations have really been there. It's been quick to close outs, and it's been a lot of dribble penetration because of that. And I think that in the end might favor Efes just because their guard play is able to get in the paint like that. But Olympiacos, I mean, they've been shooting that corner three. You think pick Papa Nicolau at the beginning, then you just see Thomas walk up. He missed this one, but he's hit some really big corner threes as of late. So that's really what their offense is looking for.
For sure. As Shaq gets a layup, man, and we're gonna see what this next possession looks like when Shaq touches that ball, man.
I hope
Yes.
it ends up being a transition him rebound, just coast to coast.
It might be, man. You never know. As Walker gets his hand on the tip,
What a
and we got
smart
another
play.
bucket
What
for
a very smart
Olympiacos.
play.
Very smart play, man. And I was just about to ask you, as it looks like FS calls a timeout here. We're just under 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. I was just about to ask you. So what do you think about the lineup when they go with Walk Up and Slukas, at the guard position? How do you think? that lineup matches up with, Efes and causes problems for Efes having those two guards in at the same time.
Mm. Uh, well, one, Walkup is such an elite defender that whoever has it going for Efes, then you probably stick him on the one that really has it going. It could be a problem if both Mičić and Larkin have it going, obviously. But then on the other end, Sluka is so talented with the ball and without the ball. His shooting, that you can play him off the ball as well. So Thomas Walkup being such a strong point guard, he can really get in the lane. He's looking to hit the bigs down low, but I mean, if Lucas is going to get open for a three, then you definitely think that's cash. And just such smart heady plays, as we saw that steal from Thomas Walkup, and then the easy dish to Prentices. I mean, just high IQ players, and any situation that they create the advantage, they're looking to really exploit it.
Yeah, and I think it's just such a blessing to be able to put a player off the ball like Slukas, who's able to come off curls, get in the paint, distribute, shoot the ball, and then you got to tag him off of curls. And even like defensively, it's tough because even if you defend him well off the curl, a screen is coming right after that. You fight over this down pick, and you got to go
Yeah.
fight over something else. Like it definitely presents another problem, man. But
Yeah, as
yeah, I
soon
like
as
that
both
lineup,
your
and
feet get set, as soon as both your feet get set, it's like boom, get hit right on the backside, big body screening you. Then you got to fight over another one, and he kind of dances
yeah,
around the screen so well. If you go under, he's stopping and shooting, and if you go over, then he's dragging you out and trying to shoot the three. It's really tough nightmare
right,
to try to guard that.
yeah, for sure, man. And I think this game is going to be very close. Coming towards the end, and I just really like how Slukas closes out games. He makes some great decisions. With the ball, not even just scoring, but I mean passing. Getting everybody set up. Um, I really like, especially at the end of the last series, I really like the decisions that he took. Late game situations. As Shane hits another 3-pointer, Shane got 4 threes with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 14 points, man. Is Shane going for 40 tonight?
I mean, what did he have, a PIR of over 40 in the semifinals? What was that, 2 years ago or last year? I mean, he shows up
Right.
in big games, and here we are, 4 threes already. I mean, look at this: the attack, the pull-up three. Oh, that was a heat check.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Shane is tough, man, and I just love it when big players show up in big moments and in big games. It's great, man. It's great to see. But let's since Shane is getting off, let's check in on our player head to head here, as Shane is definitely caught fire with his 14 points, and he has 4 assists to go with it. Man, he's terminating plays, man, and that's exactly what you want. As Micic turns it over there, and Olympiacos is on the other end. And that's another thing that I've seen. This season is Micic. He'll get a little careless with the ball, and this is definitely not the team you want to get careless with the ball against, because they're a great defensive team, and they'll turn it up. They'll turn it into points, as they just
Just as
got
we were
that foul there off
saying,
the miss
Shaq
right
just
on
running
Cuban,
down, fast
running
collisions, man.
downhill,
Get into the
no
line.
breaks. Shaq has no breaks.
Look at me, just nah, I don't want any parts of that. Boom,
Yeah,
tough collision.
yeah, man. It's like if it was Hassan Martin, you know what I mean. I don't know if it would have hurt like that, but Shaq coming down with 84 feet of steam behind him,
Yeah.
you
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
you definitely don't want to feel that, man. Man, he's tough, man. But yeah, so Shaq is going to the line here with the chance to extend the lead, 37-32. Man, Olympiacos is they looked really, really good to start this game, man. They're clicking on all cylinders. We have a little less than 4 minutes to go. Mustafa Fall, man, he's back in the game. He's been playing extremely well. I imagine they're going to continue to try and punch it into the big fella. I don't think Efes has shown that they have an answer for him right now. I mean, he's moving with a different pace in this semifinal.
Yeah, he's really putting some work down there, and his passing ability is kind of what's allowing it. Olympiacos with their shooters on the weak side and all their off-ball movement, and he's an elite passer, which a lot of people don't give him as much credit as they should for. That's creating angles for everybody else to get around.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I think, man, if you just saw, so Shane Larkin just drove and got fouled, man. If you just saw, like, on that switch, they almost went to like a 3-2 zone automatically. But Shane, obviously being quick and being smart, he drives in a straight line, man. He doesn't even get into the gap. He's right off your hip.
Just so
He
fast.
knows the guy is
one dribble and he's already passed.
Man, he's just a smart player, man. And with all these points he already has 4 assists. And as I said at the top of the show, like, him getting into the paint is gonna be key for Efes. And his passing ability is what I look to see if it's gonna end up hurting Olympiacos, because they're gonna have to help. They're definitely gonna have to help. But speaking of passing, who's the best passer you think you faced in your EuroLeague career?
Yeah, that's tough. Faced and played with, Chacho Rodriguez is an elite passer. It's really nice to watch him, because a lot of times he won't even be looking at you. You might not even see him look in your directions for 8 seconds of the play, and then all of a sudden the ball is in your hands and you're wide open. So that was great. He really knows where everybody was on the court at all times. So that was really fun to play with, and a real burden to play against, just because you heard about everything, who he was, what he's done, and then when you play against him, you see why. So in my mind, probably that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. I think one thing that you hear a lot about, when you talk to people about the best passers that they play with, you hear a lot of, you just look up and then the ball's in your hands. You know what I mean? Because as players that are playing off the ball, like, you're not always in tune with the ball. Sometimes you're waiting on the screen. You're doing so many other things. You could be screening. And, it's just funny because, these type of point guards, man, it's like they'll put it right in your hands. And that one pass that you drop will have you looking for the ball every single time after that.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll let you know, too. If you drop one of their perfect passes, like, they're angry. They're upset. Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to catch that, and no question asked. So, I mean, you really got to keep your head on a swivel. For all those EuroLeague fans, another throwback that I really, really enjoyed playing with was Jeremy Paul. He was an elite level passer who he liked to score, but I think he liked to pass more too. So the assist that he was able to create, he's a really good lob thrower. But if you can run the floor and find yourself open, he's going to find you no matter what, whether it was full court or in the half court. So that was fantastic to play with him too.
Nah, I bet, man. And just a quick check-in. We're here. We got a 2-point game. Efes is battling back, showing a lot of life. 41-39, coming down to the 2-minute mark. Tyler Briggs is in the comments saying Rubio is a great passer from EuroLeague, and I don't think a soul on this earth will argue with you on that. As Shaq McKissick misses a 3-pointer, and Efes is coming back down. Shane got the ball here on the wing. He's dancing and gets fouled by Slukas. But yeah, man, I mean, this Micic just hit a 3-pointer a few possessions ago. Shane's been hot, as we've seen. Olympiacos has definitely got to try and, slow this game down a little bit, man, and get these two guys under control, especially heading into halftime. You don't want two guys going into halftime with a rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then we got
But
the little Spanish back screen guard to guard. This is going to be a problem.
yeah.
Larkin ISO'd up on Fall. He gets a nice dribble penetration for the open three. Now that's 2 for Micic. Maybe that's the bucket that really gets him going and kind of turns the game for them. So that's why I'm not so sure you can switch with the big man like that.
Yeah, no, they might end up playing Fall off the floor. They keep running that Spanish pick and roll. So, Ephes is taking the lead again, 42-41. We got a minute and 15 left. Let's see how they close this out as Zenkov misses another 3-pointer. But yeah, Ephes is definitely got the momentum right now, and Olympiacos got to find an answer for these switches, because Ephes is looking to punish it. We got Shane Larkin here on the island, misses the lefty floater, and Olympiacos is running. Shaq.
Right on cue.
Shaq
There's
with
your
the layup. Hey, I'm telling you, man, he's going downhill. Shaq
somehow he's finding himself right to the basket.
For sure. It was funny in that last series, man. I think Shaq met his match, at least physically, with Dwayne Bacon, man. They were battling it out, on the block and things of that nature. So, I think Shaq is excited to see smaller guards in this matchup. But we got a quick graphic to show Shaq's production as we come down to the last 6 seconds. He's got 8 points and hasn't missed from the floor yet, or he's missed a 3, but he's missed his second 3 there. Is that Olympiacos ball here? Let's see, he just went out. Yeah. Oh, that's halftime. So that is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. We got a close one as expected.
Great first half.
Olympiacos, great first half on both ends. Olympiacos is up with a 1-point lead heading into halftime, 43-42. Shane Larkin with 16 points and 6 assists in that first half. That's a great game. You know what I mean? That is a great game for semifinals, and we're only 2 quarters in. But yeah, Shane is he's definitely doing his thing, man. He's locked in. You can see it in his eyes. But that's the end of your first half, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and here's your EuroLeague entertainment for this halftime break.
With the Final Four underway, it's time to look back at this season's award winners. The latest prospect breaking through at FC Barcelona, Rokas Jokubaitis, is this year's rising star. Averaging 7.2 points per game and shooting 60% from downtown, the guard is the first Lithuanian ever to win the award. Switching from Žalgiris Kaunas to Barcelona alongside mentor Šarūnas Jasikevičius in 2020, the 21-year-old is appearing in his second consecutive Final Four after helping La Blaugrana reach the championship game last season. Already one of the EuroLeague's most decorated players, Karl-Heinz added a third Best Defender award to his resume after anchoring AX Armani Exchange Milan on their way to a second successive postseason finish. Last season's MVP, Vasilije Micic, once again stood out as one of European basketball's brightest talents, dropping 18.2 points per game, Micic claimed his first Alfonso Ford trophy, with his side Anadolu Efes Istanbul looking to become just the third team to defend the EuroLeague title in the modern era. Meanwhile, teammate Shane Larkin made his first All-EuroLeague first team, alongside Nikola Mirotic, Mike James, Sasha Vezenkov and Eddie Tavares rounding out a star-studded lineup. Almost unbeatable on their home floor and having qualified for their first Final Four in 5 years, Olympiacos Piraeus tactician Georgios Bartzokas was voted by the league's head coaches to receive the Alexander Gamelski EuroLeague Coach of the Year award. It's the second time in his career that the Greek coach has been honoured with this prize, the first coming in 2013 after leading the Reds to the title. And finally, from another standout season, one player emerged as the campaign's preeminent performer, averaging over 16 points and 5 rebounds and leading the charge for FC Barcelona. Nikola Mirotic was unstoppable as he claimed his first ever MVP award.
It's our time to go claim what we've been chasing and win a championship.
You're working for times like this.
This really is fairy tale stuff.
Anadolu Efes Istanbul fulfilled their championship destiny.
And we're back after the that nice feature there on the EuroLeague awards. Mirotic obviously taking home the MVP. Micic with the top score, and Jokubaitis, man. I think getting the getting the young player award, man. I think is was fitting. And your boy Kyle Hines, defender of the year. Yeah, what makes Kyle? What do you see about Kyle defensively that makes him so great?
His length. I mean, we always joke with Kyle is like he's 6'1", but he's got like a 7'2" wingspan. He's like the shortest center that you'll ever play against. But that guy is so strong, stronger than any person, thing you can think of. He's got really long limbs and he uses it well. He's always got his hands in the passing lane, deflecting everything. And when he really starts to play defense, he kind of plays like this a little bit, like he's trying to reach in there, jab at the ball. He just got elite quickness with his feet and everything. I mean, everything he does out there, he knows the game, so he knows where you're trying to go, with what pass, with what shot, and which angle you're trying to create for the big, and he's thinking it before you're. So he's there physically and mentally on every situation.
Yeah, man, he's truly amazing. I mean, one thing I see is just the motor. I mean, the second and third effort plays that he makes, and I saw it in the in the previous on from guarding Micic, cracking down on the big and then playing the rebound, man, and like you just don't see players making those second and third effort plays, and that's one thing.
A lot of guys they'll be caught by
appreciate.
him just because they think Kyle's out of the play. Oh, I'm going to get this dunk, and all of a sudden Kyle just comes out of the screen, putting his hand almost through the rim, catching you right here, and he's so strong that he's blocking it back the other way, and it's like, where I didn't even see you 2 seconds ago, and now in the ball. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah, nah, Kyle is definitely special, man. And then we had an extremely tight, in my opinion, we had an extremely tight MVP race with Nikola Mirotic obviously taking it home. But who do you think, in your opinion, who would you say was your MVP of the year? Do you think would you have chosen Mirotic as well?
It's hard to go against Mirotic just because how well he played and how good the team was. If Mike James got it, I think a lot of people would say that was very well deserved as well. Monaco, the season that they had, how important he is to their team. He does everything for them. He's the main catalyst, the engine that makes them go. And he has some elite level games as well. I mean, the shots that he makes and just the attention that he draws from the opposing coaches and their game plans that attack him. So, if he got it, then I would say that was deservedly so as well. So to me, those were the two guys that it was going to come down to.
Yeah, for sure. I think Mike obviously had an amazing season. I mean, nobody expected Monaco to be where they were towards the end of the season. And but yeah, Mirotic was my MVP pick. For pretty much the majority of the season, especially coming down to the wire, just because of Barcelona's success and just his efficiency in being so good. He just presents so many problems. He can just hurt you from so many different sides of the floor. I mean, he's a nightmare to game plan for as well. Both of those guys.
No, for sure. I mean, he's great on the block. Catch it down low. He'll spin off you. He'll shoot the fadeaway. He'll even two dribble crab and get you with a jump hook. But also, he's great at creating fouls and getting a lot of calls. He gets so much respect and just the defensive, presence that all other five guys have to get to watch him. He'll back cut you. He'll just kind of break a play and go shoot it if he wants to. So, you have to think about at all times he's going to look to attack and score. And they really run some great plays for him too.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, man. And lastly, man, Jokubaitis, man, I'm a big fan of the young fella, man. He has heart. He's got a lot of heart. I mean, I saw him play the same way, no matter if it was the backup point guard, no matter if it was Micic, Larkin, did not matter. He was going to play the same way and give the same effort, man. I love this kid's game, man. He's got a bright, bright future in my eyes.
Yeah, insanely bright future. And what I loved about his game was, he played the same way from year to year, whether it's Žalgiris to Barcelona. And that's just attack, everything on defense, offense. And, for him, I don't know if a lot of people were thinking it, but, in my opinion, I was like, oh, it's okay. Probably won't be that many minutes for him. They're stacked on the roster. But when he played, and he did play a lot, many games, he really produced. They go, he really pushes the tempo. They really go around him. And obviously you can see the development from game to game and just monthly, he's getting more talented. And obviously he feels, very comfortable coaching staff, and he's really benefiting from that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a fact, man. But I wanna change gears to my favorite, EuroLeague player ever. Tell me, man, what was Michael Roll's favorite EuroLeague memory?
Wow, my favorite memory. I just have so many that jump out of my mind. Playing my Maccabi days, playing against Real Madrid was really special at the time. That was really one of the first times that I learned Tel Aviv was a very magic when it comes to basketball. Thursday nights in Tel Aviv, everybody kind of knows that's what's happening in Maccabi. The Maccabi games that's what they do there. It's almost like their religion. Basketball, it's like their national team. It's all over the news, the TV, all that, and then they play Thursdays always at home, so that was really special. When Luka was there against Madrid, I just remember the hype around the game. It was such a big name, and when Madrid comes to town, we win that game, and I was able to play well with some friends visiting back from California. So for me, that was special. And then last year, and making the Final Four, being around those Milan, that locker room was just full of goats. You mentioned Kyle Hines, who I personally think is the best American ever to play in the EuroLeague. it's hard to argue against that, just the success that he's had. I really enjoy Siobhan Shields, Malcolm Delaney. Chacho is a Spanish GOAT. The medals that he's won, the EuroLeagues, played a great career in the NBA. I mean, national team status, everything that we did. Gigi Atomi, one of the best Italians ever, man. He maybe the best shooter that I've ever seen. Really, it was a special time, and it was really fun locker room last year.
Nah, I mean, I can imagine, man. And, as you enter into the second half of your career, man, it's dope that you had these experiences, man. Especially, obviously we've known each other since the high school years. Or I've known of you since the high school years. And, just seeing like, a player's career, unfold. And, I think it's dope. You've been able to share the floor with so many great players, had so many, dope experiences, man. And, and I'll never forget, the times we used to spend playing in the gym in the summers, wherever it was, man, just seeing like, the little things like you added to your game. I mean, I always appreciated that. And I would, and I would still, some of the things, as far as like your patience and, some of your footwork, and things like that. But what do you think? How did you see your game change, up to now, this point in your career from like when, you first started playing overseas? Like what do you think was the biggest growth? Which skill do you think took the largest step?
Yeah, I think my ability to play the pick and roll. Coming out of college, it was more like shooting, a little bit of scoring, but not so much pick and roll play. Just teammates at UCLA were elite level guards: Darren Collison, Drew Holiday, Malcolm Lee, some NBA players. So I didn't get to do much with that. Jordan Farmar and Aaron Aflalo, they were the ones playing the pick and roll, and I was kind of like the role player for them. So I didn't get the ball to handle like that as much. So as soon as I got to Europe, I really needed to work on that. And over the years, that has kind of been able for me to show my IQ out there, that I can read the game. The nine other players out there. So that was part that probably has improved the most from since I became professional, and the one that I really enjoyed the most.
Yeah, no, I think that's the case for a lot of guards, man. Europe will definitely force you to play some pick and rolls and make some reads as the coverages switch up.
Yeah.
But we are back underway into the second half as Efes has just inbounded the ball, and we're going to see how this last half plays out and who's going to the championship, man. So let's talk about Efes. What would be your strategy heading into the second half if you're Efes?
Well, they started the second half a little different. Having just played them in the Turkish League playoff, they usually run a different play to start each half. So I'm kind of surprised at that. But if you're Efes, you got some really good contributions from a couple floaters in there. Dunstan down low had some nice moves. You really like seeing Michas get those 2 threes at the end. If he could maybe get it going a little bit more, then might open it up a little bit more for the other guys. Maybe Pleiss can really pop out. I saw him shoot the key 3 at the beginning. Maybe we could get him a few more open looks to really get them to spread the floor.
Yeah, I think with Efes, man, I think what they did towards the end of that first half in regards to getting Olympiacos to switch, and get their bigs to start making some fouls, because we saw it with with Prentices and in fall and things like that. They had trouble keeping Shane in front, and I think maybe they're saving that for the fourth quarter, so Barzokas doesn't have enough time to make any full adjustments. But I can definitely see them playing into that as the second half plays out. As Elijah Bryant just hits another 3, we have a score of 45-43. Efes is now up. What would be your strategy if you were Olympiacos? As Tyler Dorsey hits a nice pull up there.
Yeah, I thought Olympiacos really did very good first half, minus the key contributions from Larkin, which I'm not sure anybody can really stop once he's on. But I thought they were physical. They really tried to corral everybody. Maybe pay a little bit more attention to Shane Larkin as he's got it going, but that's a lot easier said than done. I really like their physicality, as I mentioned, and really trying to just hit FS and make it as physical as possible out there and kind of slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Would you I wonder if maybe they do this in the fourth quarter, especially, when once you have those high pick and rolls, like would you risk blitzing the pick and roll and letting like
At
Dunstan
some
or
point, you're going
somebody
to
else
have to
make a
change it,
decision
right?
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to have to give them some different looks. I mean, just so they don't keep getting comfortable and learning from every read. You kind of want to change it up on them, kind of surprise them a little bit. Maybe you get a steal, another easy, fast break. So yeah, I think at some point you're going to have to do something a little bit different in blitz, whether it's a drop in coverage or a hard show. Kind of just change it up. Maybe after a timeout, give one look, maybe one blitz, and then maybe even show like a full court zone press type of thing just for one possession.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that playing out. But we have a graphic here to show how the lead has been changing, and it's been teeter-tottering, as they say. Maybe they haven't said that since the 90s, but
I don't think they
I'm aging myself. I've been aging myself here, but yeah, this is the lead change graphic. As Ephes has been able to take the lead, here and there as they have the lead now, but Olympiacos has definitely been in control of this game for the better part of this game. So let's see how the second half plays out here. Man, I think this game is definitely going down to the wire. I could see a very exciting final 2 to 3 minutes of this game, man, and I'm excited to see how it plays out, man, and see who's gonna put on some late game heroics.
And that's where the star power comes into play. I mean, at that point, usually both teams are in the bonus. You can't foul. That's really kind of where Ephes might have the advantage with two stars out there. You know what I mean? So if that's the
Yeah.
case, then I think the advantage goes to Ephes.
Yeah, for sure. As Chris Singleton hits another three, man, and Ephes is going up, man. But I think and I don't want nobody killing me for this. It might be a little early, but if I was to give out a hero ball all-time award, man, I think Slukas is playing his way into that hero ball award, man. Talking about the last 2 minutes of a game, taking over, taking big shots and making big shots and big plays. I think Slukas is definitely a guy that when it's hero ball time, man, I think I definitely have a lot of faith in him, as well as Shane and these other guys. So and Shane gets another layup, and Ephes is starting to roll here as they now have their biggest lead of the game. 51-45 as Olympiacos is down and calls a timeout, but they're gonna have to figure out a way to get going. And one person in particular that they're gonna have to get going is Sasha Vezenkov, who was first team All EuroLeague this year. Well deserved for him to get this award, man. I was happy to see that, for him to be able to be on first team, man. He's been huge for Olympiacos, man. What do you think about his contribution this season?
Yeah, like you, I was very happy that he got the award. Not maybe the household name as some of the other guys, but definitely had a great season. Obviously, Olympiacos as a team had a great season. He's a huge part to it, but his numbers were fantastic. The way he's able to spread the court, and like we mentioned earlier, his quick trigger out there is just such a quick shot, and that really kind of opens it up for him, with his little shot fake, and his floater, left hand floater is really good. So, he's definitely one of the top five, and I thought it was a deserved award.
Yeah, for sure. He's he's a problem. And one thing I was having a conversation with Deshaun Thomas from Bayern Munich, the guards obviously get a lot of love in EuroLeague, but I don't think they talk enough about these EuroLeague forwards this year, man. You got a lot of really good forwards in EuroLeague, from Meli, Vezenkov, obviously Mirotic, Yabusele. I mean, that forward position, that power forward position is stacked in EuroLeague this year. I
Stacked,
don't think they get
absolutely. And most of
enough
them,
love.
they can play the small ball five.
For sure.
So that brings a different dynamic for most teams. They can switch, they can guard multiples, guard inside, guard outside. I mean, that to me is the key right there.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a fact. As Elijah Bryant hits his third 3-pointer, extending the lead back to 6. We got a 48-54 here. Elijah Bryant, man, having a great game and making some shots for Efes as they get another steal here and are coming back down and looking for another bucket, man. Olympiacos is they got to switch some things up. It might be time to Elijah Bryant hits another 3-pointer, and he's got 4 threes, 48-57. He's got 16 points in this game here, man. This is a very, very tough situation for Olympiacos, man. They need to get a bucket and get some stops, early.
Scary time for them right now because Efes seems to really be locked in on defense, really digging from the weak side, cutting off passing lanes. It's a really scary time because if Efes hits one more and Olympiacos can't answer, then it could be a long night after that.
Yeah, it can definitely be a long night, man. They've got to stop the bleeding here and generate some buckets, but more importantly, you got to generate some stops. And I think it might be time to switch up the lineup a little bit and try to get something a little more active, man. The double team and fall. Brian gets another open look, but he misses there. But I mean, it's time to switch something up, man, because Efes is rolling and getting offensive rebounds. But they got a turnover here. That's been my one issue with Olympiacos is they go through droughts where they don't really score the ball. And I think, we saw against Monaco, and we might see it here today. It's just like, how can you keep up with the pace as far as scoring the ball? They defend well, but, I mean, you got to score the ball and stop the bleeding during these runs.
I mean, 43 points a half, that's a lot. But here they only have 5 points in the first 5 minutes. So, yeah, this is not the best for them in this situation.
Right, and Dunstan gets another dunk and gets another bucket there, and now we got an 11-point lead for Efes, 48-59, 4 minutes to go. Barzilkas he's letting them play it out. Tyler Dorsey hits a 3. There we go. That's what you want to see.
That's a big answer right there. Needed that to go in.
For sure. You definitely do. And we got a quick update on Brian Dunstan and his contribution to this game, as he's got 16. Oh, that's Elijah Bryant, excuse me. So he has 16 points and 5 rebounds. He's been playing well, and Misic hits another bucket. Efes, man. Hey, were they shooting in the locker room? Like, what were they doing? What were they doing at halftime, man? I don't know if they talked.
They must have an extra basket back there because everybody's jumping right.
Man, everybody is hitting right now. This is unbelievable, man. This is tough. Basketball is a game of runs, though, man. You just gotta withstand it and trying to put some points on and try to get a run of your own. But yeah, they're definitely clicking.
They've got 20 points in less than 7 minutes. So wow, they came out guns blazing this second half.
Yeah, for sure. And real quick for the fans back home, if you guys are looking to watch this game or any of the other semifinal games, please head over to EuroLeague.tv. We got a promo code F420. That's the letter F, the number 4, 2, and then the number 0. That'll get you 20% off, and you could even purchase game by game if you just want to see your team make it to the final. But yeah, we got a good game here. Olympiacos showing some life defensively as Papa Nicolau, gets the block there, and still a 9-point difference for Efes as we have about 2.5 minutes left in this particular game. But man, I think Olympiacos, even though they're down 9, I don't see them panicking just yet. I see them still settling in, playing good defense, and they just got to make shots.
Yeah, this is a veteran squad. I mean, you see Papa Nicolau, one of their most experienced players, really coming up with a nice defensive play right. Micic had him kind of going both ways with his crossovers and sticks with the play, gets a nice block, and really kind of settles them down. Now they can take it out, play their slow half-court offense, and hopefully, in their case, get another good look. I mean, if they can get a bucket here, then they really be in a better situation.
For sure. For sure they would.
Right
And
on
there goes
cue.
Vezenkov. He hits the three-pointer. Quick trigger, man. I don't know if there's a quicker one, man. You seen how he just got that off. I don't know if there's a quicker trigger out there, man. He's man, I'm glad to see him get one to go down, man. And hopefully he'll be able to get a few more, man, and bring this lead back down to earth. Shane misses a tough 3-pointer there, but man, they gotta get the boards,
Rebound,
man.
though. Yeah, got to finish the
Gotta
play with the
rebound.
rebound. That's what falls out there for you. You want to see him get that in the paint. That's 2 points more for Efes, maybe a 4-point swing if they get that rebound, they can get out
Mhm.
in transition.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Efes is winning the rebound battle right now, 24-21, and they got 8 offensive rebounds, which is huge for them. So Olympiacos definitely needs to do a better job of um, of sealing these defensive possessions. But Shane Larkin, as we've been talking about a lot during this game, he was first team All EuroLeague. Um, well deserved. Didn't hear his name too much in the MVP conversation, even though he was considered. I think, man, he really dug Efes out of that hole, for a portion of that season. Especially once January hit, he had some big performances to get Efes into the playoffs as they started off the season so bad. But yeah, man, he's done a great job, and as we know, Micic took home the Alfonso Ford Top Scorer Award. Man, what makes Micic so tough to guard?
I think the fact that he's just so relentless. He has the ball a lot in his hands, so for one, he can just kind of go when he wants. Whether that's maybe sometimes breaking a play, but a lot of times the play is for him to run the pick and roll. Once he gets the matchup that he likes, he really kind of sends the other guys out, and Coach Altamont lets him do his thing. He's really been shooting the step back jumper a lot more this year, so trying to stretch the floor and create some more, for him to be able to drive. And when he does drive, he is relentless on the attack of the rim. So he's getting in there, the whole package. He's drawing fouls, he's getting to the rim, and he's shooting that step back three. Wow, 2 misses from Dorsey, though. That's
Yeah, so it looks
that's
like
much
Tyler
different. That's something
Dorsey's
that you
here
don't really hear about.
at the free throw line. He misses. Um, he misses. So let's see what
Yeah,
Efes does with that missed
that's
free
really
throw.
something different. You don't see Dorsey miss that many free throws like that, and then to miss 2 in a row. I mean, that's definitely something that happened. And here you come down, and Efes gets a bucket. So that's another 4-point swing possibility. That's 2 in a row. If this doesn't happen, then maybe you have a 2 or a tie point, or a tie game. So,
Yeah.
we're down to maybe 2 possessions left. We got Shane coming down. Efes really turned it up a notch, but Olympiacos kind of stormed. So both teams want to, get a stop or get a bucket here. And if Efes can get with a bucket here, then that's a really good finish to this third quarter.
Yeah,
But
for
sure
sure,
enough,
man. I mean,
Olympiacos, veteran team, gets the stop, chance to cut it.
yeah, they can cut it to this lead here, man. This will be a big possession here for them, man. Let's see what they
Step
could get
back
going.
3 from Dorsey. Wow, that's a
Tough,
big bucket right there. I really
big
like how
bucket.
they weathered this storm. I will definitely give them huge credit. Well, I don't know if it was 11 or 12 points they were down. To be able to cut it to 3 after the Memphis just had, I mean, that's been phenomenal finish to the third quarter by Olympiacos right there.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think Olympiacos definitely needed that sign of life, and we're gonna see if they can ride that high into the fourth quarter. But yeah, so for the fans back home, EuroLeague Fantasy is still going on. It may be the last of the playoffs, but the fantasy leagues continues to the Final Four. If you want to create your own team, visit fantasychallenge.euroleague.net. As we mentioned, our team fantasy expert Ellie is predicting a big semifinal performance from Shane Larkin, Vincent Poirier, and Thomas Walkup. So we'll see how those guys perform and see if our fantasy expert is on point. After these games conclude, and if you guys are looking to watch this game, please head over to EuroLeague.tv. We got 20% off your Final Four pass with a promo code F420. For the finals, you can also purchase individual games, so you can watch your favorite team try to take the trophy and lift the trophy up. But yeah, let's see what happens there. But man, Tyler Dorsey, I mean, as I said early, he's definitely a player that we needed to play well. Or Olympiacos needed to play well. So I'm glad to see he's got it going. Let's see if he can keep that hot hand, to into the fourth quarter and help Olympiacos get into this championship.
Yeah, he really hit some big buckets there, some really key timely buckets to cut Efes's run and then to get him back within 3 to finish the quarter. Wow, 10 points in the third quarter. That's really big, especially with the situation that they were going into it.
Yeah, for sure. And just a 3-point lead here. The fourth quarter is underway, and we got the tight game that we've all been wanting, man. And let's see what ends up happening, man. I think if it comes down to it, and we gotta play some hero ball at the end, man. I got my money on Slukas, man. I think he's gonna be the one to carry Olympiacos. If the game gets close, down the wire, man, I think Slukas he's gonna go down in history with the tough
Hard
performance
to
at
argue
the
your
end.
pick right there.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's a
And
tough
it's just
one.
getting out.
This was getting out. Yo, that is like there's a lot of plays in basketball, but personally, for me, the one I hate the most is when somebody strips it and it goes off your leg. Like that is it's disheartening to me, man. It's especially like on a fast break situation like that. Because you're always thinking like,
Yeah,
why wasn't
you're
I smarter
thinking,
with the
oh,
ball
I
anyway?
got 2
Bingo.
points. I'm doing everything. I'm doing
Right.
this layup, 2 points for me, and then all of a sudden, what? It's all for me? We gotta go the other way? That wasn't
Yo,
spin.
I'd rather airball a layup than get stripped and then it roll off my leg.
It's such a defeating feeling.
For sure. For sure it is. And man, 5-point game here. Let's see as Olympiacos is in with their small ball lineup with Vezenkov. Okay, Vezenkov showing some lateral quickness there, moving his feet with Shane and forcing a tough kick out. And Olympiacos is really sound defensively. Oh, that's a good find.
Yeah.
Great block by Elijah Bryant. Oh, that was a great effort. That was a great effort by Elijah Bryant. You can't be mad at that.
Multiple effort plays. That's what wins you a championship. So
Yeah,
another multi effort by Slukas. He gets his shot blocked, but he has the head to be able to stick with it, and comes up with the layup.
right. Yeah, nah. I mean, it's you definitely got to make multiple effort plays on both ends, man. You get your shot blocked, stay in the game. The play isn't over. And that heads up play by Slukas there to get the layup. But at that, let's check in on our head-to-head matchup with Slukas and Shane Larkin, as they both just put in 2 more buckets to add to their tally. I think this matchup has been as advertised, and I think both players are obviously doing all that they can to carry their teams to the championship, and they've both been playing extremely well. As Slukas is definitely starting to wake up as we head into this fourth quarter, and I imagine he's going to be playing even more on the ball, as he has 9 points, 5 assists with 3 rebounds. But Shane has been everything for Efes, even though he slowed down a little bit in the second half, but he still has 7 assists and 20 points. I imagine the ball will be in both of these gentlemen's hands as this game comes down to the end. And here we are with our guy Shaq at the free throw line, trying to bring this down to a 3-point lead.
Sure
but
enough, from the wing, gets himself
from the
downhill,
wing.
right to the cup, draws a foul, right to the free throw line.
That's what he does, man. And we got a couple comments from Christian Romero Diaz. Says everybody missed Spanoulis, right? And somebody else, Carmitras Pipa, says Spanoulis the GOAT. This game looks. Spanoulis is another one of my first ballot Hero Ball Hall of Fame candidates. He lives for these moments. And and I think that this game would be picture perfect for him if he were still playing. What was Spanoulis like to play against?
Just like that, clutch. Anytime the game gets tight, it was in his the ball was in his hands. Obviously, he really loved that side step 3-point shot, which is just so efficient for him. Because he kind of has that shoulder fire shot, so he would sidestep to the right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys use their step back to the left, but his was more like the Paul Pierce sidestep. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought just he had the head and just the real strength to take the big shots, the timely ones that some guys might feel pressured, but for him it was just another basketball shot.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's funny, man, just being on the watch along with so many players that have played with Spanoulis. They would always say, man, like he could be 0 for 12, and then those last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, he's gonna hit big shots. It's almost like he didn't miss a shot the whole day. He just always had that confidence, and they said like in practices, he always wanted to take the last shots, and anytime you practice in those type of moments. But he's definitely a legend, and he's known for that. He's known for his heroics. So, but yeah, hats off to him for a great career. But
Yeah, I mean, you
here
think
we
about
go.
how many times he's been in that situation. Just, I mean, thousands of basketball games. So once you get to the point of the 10,000 hour rule for him, it's
Yeah.
just clockwork. Something that he'd done so many times. He really enjoys it. So it wasn't anything to think about. It was just mechanics.
Yeah, for sure. As Shaq McKissick
As your boy
gets
gets
another
back
basket,
to the
man.
cup again.
Downhill McKissick, man, and we got an update on his performance. He has 12 points. He got an 18 PIR. Man, Shaq, my guy, man, he's been playing extremely well, man. The last two games, like I think I
Mhm.
think it's even worse than a shooter hitting two or three threes in a row, man. It's just getting that guy going, getting him some confidence running downhill because there really is no
I mean,
answer for
if
that.
I'm there, I'd rather have a hot. You can kind of crowd a space, get your hand up, but a driver that has just made some tough layups and he's relentless with the attack. Like this last one, he drives right, gets cut off, switch hands, go back to the left. Like you can't stop that, man.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. And it's man, that is a tough cover. But they're gonna have to find a solution. This is why you're on the basketball court. This
Right.
is why we all get paid to play this game, man. You gotta find solutions and find a way to win. But we got an Efes timeout here and a score of 69-70. We're coming down to the wire. We got a comment here from Guillermo Panilla says, "Greetings from Zaragoza, Mr. Michael Rowe. We really missed your basket here, man." So we got some. That was a long time ago, man. That was a long time ago. That was young Mike. That was
It
young
was a
Mike.
long time ago, my third and fourth year of my career. But honestly, it was almost this year. Like I was getting back with them at the start of the season. I was really excited to maybe go back to Zaragoza. I love the city. I love the fans. In the end, for a multiple of reasons, it didn't work out. But
Mhm.
when my agent called me about the Zaragoza situation, that really excited me because I got love for you guys. Great place. If anybody can play there, I highly suggest it. Fantastic organization and city.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So, um, but yeah, we're back in play here, coming out of the timeout. 6 minutes left. 1 point game, and Shane drawing another foul on Vizenkov, man. Hey, Vizenkov been moving his feet, man. Underrated
I
moving
will
his feet.
I
He
will
got his
give him
hands in the
that.
cookie jar.
That's two defensive times in a row, Larkin, that he kind of stayed with him right there. That was nice. So that was good.
Right. Yeah, nah.
But
I've
showing
been
Larkin
impressed with
getting
his
back to that left hand.
hmm for sure. Just like you talked about earlier, man. Shane definitely wants to get back to the left hand. And it's so difficult guarding a quick guard like that because yeah, okay. He likes to drive left, but he's right-handed. Like you can't send him right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so tough. That's why you just got to play him square, man, and just play him honest
Yeah.
and just read and
It's tough
react.
because then he's got that sidestep right 3-pointer that he's really been knocking down as of late. So
Hmm
it's really tough cover.
Yeah, nah, for sure. It looks like he might have some tightness there, either on his calf or his ankle or something. As Dunston's at the free throw line, and let's check out our score change graphic to see how this lead has been changing here in the second half. But Dunston missed the next free throw. You got 69-71, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. See what Olympiacos can either take the lead or tie it. And
Floor General
we got
Lucas,
a
getting everybody in, setting right up.
mm-hmm. Not for sure. And as Vizenkov gets Dunston there with the reach in foul. I think man, I think Slukas, man, he's just I mean not Slukas, Vizenkov, he's just he's such a tough cover, man, because you just gotta play him so tight, as a big,
Mm.
and as bigs, I mean you really don't want to get it's good hands by Dunston. You really don't want to get, too high on the floor. Just naturally, it just doesn't feel natural for you. But when you're guarding players
Mm.
like that, like you have to. And I think he just kind of took a poor angle there. And Vizenkov was able to get downhill, but We're gonna see what Zinkov's feet. He takes the foul there. About to test his feet
You know,
again. Shane's relentless,
two
man. Like,
fouls out of 3 possessions. That's the advantage for
mm,
Efes. They're one foul away from shooting free throws with over 5 minutes. That's a long time. I mean, you can really get a lot of free throws, a lot of cheap points. So
yeah,
interesting to see how they really stack here.
yeah, and they're playing the switches here. They're definitely trying to target these switches and letting Shane,
Mhm.
get in the paint and make plays. Um,
Yeah.
so Olympiacos is probably, if they plan on switching for the rest of the game, they're probably going to have to ride this lineup out for the rest of the game
I
because
was just
I
gonna
don't
say,
think you
yeah,
want to
both
put Fall in.
really tall centers kind of got played off of the court just because of
Hmm.
the dribble penetration aspect of this.
Yeah, for sure. And as Dunstan picks up his fifth foul here, he'll be out of the game. Now that's a blow for Efes now. 'Cause that's defense, that's rebounding, that's rim protection, and now
Yeah.
you got to put Tibor back into the game. So we're gonna see how this plays out and affects Efes, um, being down. And what is going on with Tyler Dorsey at the free throw line? In one of the games in Monaco, he was missing a bunch of free throws as well. I mean, it's not every day you see a shooter just missing free throws like that. It's
And not
it's
just
kind of
a shooter.
crazy.
Yeah, he's a shooter, but he's been making his mid range and his threes this game. So that's the
Right.
strange part to me. Like, you really kind of see some shooters not the best free throw shooters, but when he has it going and he's made multiple shots, that's the strange part.
Yeah, for sure. It's very, very bizarre to see that because it's like, okay, I get it. You're just off. You don't have a feel for the ball or whatever it is. I mean, he might need to just take a step back and dribble into it. I don't know I don't know what he can do there, man. But
Stay in the little half
it's
arc, one dribble pull up.
right. Tell the ref to put a hand up. I don't know what he's got to do, but he's got to figure that out, man. Free throws and rebounds are huge in these type of games, man. You need all of those. I mean, think about it. I mean, he's missed what, 3 free throws? Um,
Hmm.
if he has those three right now, it's potentially be up. Another 2 points as Zinkov missed badly. Hasn't been able to get it going. Uh, Fans looking so nervous.
Fans gonna have a
Yeah.
hard.
It's so funny when they cut to fans like in certain moments, man. It's like, man, they either get so excited, man, or sometimes they're just looking so nervous. Um, but yeah, it looks like we
This
got
is
a
what I was
foul on
saying about
Hassan Martin.
being relentless. They get the guard to guard switch. He just said, "No, get out of my way. I'm going." And sure he is. Gets in the paint. Dishes to Plyce. They call the foul. Plyce is at the
Hmm.
line. So I mean, this is exactly it. The play before Larkin with the switch, ISO for the fourth time on Vezenkov. So I mean, this is what
Yeah,
it comes down to at the end of the games.
yeah, and I imagine they're gonna play this out for the next 3 minutes and 53 seconds. They're going to continue to try and punish these switches. And, Larkin
Mhm.
knows what's at stake. And he knows, okay, I just have to run by my man for the next 3 minutes and 50 seconds to get to a championship. I'll do that. And so
Yeah.
Olympiacos is going to have to adjust on the fly here.
Yeah. I know guys are tired, but at this point, it's just all mental just to be able to get through it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There'll be plenty of time to recover and get right. So they're definitely going to have to figure that out as Slukas misses the floater. And Efes is back down. Ooh, almost a nice pass there. Good defense. Gotta have active hands. Good defense on the rotation there. And
That's
Olympiacos is able
twice. A
to
couple
get another
possessions
steal.
ago, Dunstan with the quick hands, and now Olympiacos go.
Hmm. Yeah, Olympiacos is they've been able to get 7 steals, in this game. So that was a good find. Let it go. It's all right. Get back on defense, man. Zinkov just can't get it going here. Man, this is gonna be a tough game for him to swallow, man. Um, if they don't end up advancing, man, he's had some decent looks. He just can't get it going.
Yeah,
Um,
multiple good looks that
which
you think with him playing defense on those isos maybe took away all his legs. That could be part of the reason why those shots aren't going in.
yeah, that could definitely be it. It's tough, man. It's tough, but I mean, no excuses in the semis, man. You just got to find a way. You just got to find a
Man,
way.
yeah.
And
Put the ball in the hole. That's all that matters.
at the end of the day, that is all that matters. And I see some comments of people asking where you can watch the game. You can head over to EuroLeague.tv, and you can watch this game. You can watch this game and as well as the semifinal and the final. We got a promo code F420, get you 20% off, and you can even purchase individual games if you just want to watch a particular team. But I invite you to go over there to watch the end of this game as well as the next game, which we'll be back for as well. But yeah, we got Shane Larkin with 20 points and Micic with 9 assists in this game. He's definitely been playing extremely well, even though it seems somewhat of a quiet night for him, only having 12 points.
Mhm.
But I mean, he's got 9 assists. Shane Larkin's got 7 assists. I mean, you got the right guys distributing the ball. You got your playmakers making plays, which is a good sign for Efes and probably why they're up 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's more like a quiet game for Micic. I mean, I didn't know he had this just watching the game. So to see him distributing, like I said, he's always getting in the lane, relentless with the attack. And it helps when, they were really making all those shots in the third quarter. So when your guys are really clicking like that, then you want to give the ball up and get them the easy looks.
Hmm. For sure. And as Micic misses a free throw, man, these free throws are they're huge. I mean,
Legs.
he's 1 for 3 from the
Everybody's
line.
legs are finished.
Man, everybody's cooked right now, man. We got some fried legs on the court right now. Micic misses both. Man, 70-73, 2.5 minutes left. And man, this is time. It's time to make some plays. And see if Tyler Dorsey, he's a little off to the left there on that 3-pointer. As we're under 2.5 minutes here. 3-point lead for Efes. Got 2 minutes left until one of these teams is headed to the championship. Let's see who's going to start making some plays here late in the game. As Micic misses the 3-pointer. Now Efes, let's see Slukas. It's hero time. It's hero ball time.
It's not the best possession from Efes right there. Just out the clock and shoot the step back 3. You kind of want to see a little bit more movement. Some of the guy
Sure.
the ball. It's okay if it finishes in his hands, but not just dribble out for 20 seconds.
No, definitely you don't want that. And big stop for Efes there as they got the stop on Shaq McKissick, and we got another possession. A minute and a half left. Waving everybody down. That's what I like to see, man. Get them out the way, Shane.
Star power. Here we go.
There we go. Look at Slukas though. Oh, got him with the foul. Man, Slukas was that was tough, man. Slukas was moving his feet. He wanted that call to come from the other ref. I'm not in. Okay, it looked like he got him on the arm. Man. That was a great effort by Slukas there, though, man. You just got to stay solid, baby. Got to stay solid.
There was only one over 1.1 seconds. No need for the reach right there. You already did a great defense, made him dribble all that. He's going to take a tough shot. Try to keep your hands out.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, we live off basketball instincts. If Shane misses a free throw, man, these free throws coming down to the end of this game, huge. As Tyler Dorsey's trying to create something for his team. Lucas might have had the three. Ooh, okay. All right. Lucas gets the foul on the hedge.
Yep.
Man,
There it is with the
it's
heavy
getting
play.
tight here. It's
Yeah.
getting tight here. 74-70. Chris Singleton fouls out. Man,
We
it's
got
gonna
a
be
game.
we got a game here, man. If it goes to overtime, man, I think Ephes is running out of bigs here. They're gonna
Right.
have
That's
to
2 foul outs. I don't even know if Mormon has been in the second half, and he's
yeah,
a 30-minute a game player for them. That just shows Singleton been playing well. But if you
yeah.
have, in this situation, you're very happy with that too.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think Mormon, he's more than capable of taking his place, man. And veteran player. I think he'll be able to come in and make some sound decisions to help Ephes here. But Lucas is at the line, 3-point lead. We got a minute left, and see if he can make it a 2-point lead. And yes, he does. 72-74. Here we go. Tyler
I mean,
Briggs says
he's
it's
one of the
not going
best
to
free throw shooters
overtime
in the EuroLeague too.
for sure. Let's see. We got some switches. Micic. Yeah, there you go. Don't let him get to that right hand. Keep him left. Ooh, Mowerman. Oh, you missed it. Here we go, Lucas. Hero ball. We got 35 seconds left. This is what I'm talking about.
Here we
Hero
go,
ball.
just as you predicted.
It's all right. Okay. Tipped out. We got time. We got 12 seconds left.
Oh boy.
You see, Lucas took the long way around. He's taking some time to take the ball out.
Veteran move.
Good hands by Bryant. Bet move for sure. Bet move for sure. Walking around the camera people.
Yeah.
Bet move for sure. Getting his guys in line. Let's see what they do on the side out here, man. This is pretty low on the floor. Okay.
Got to
Lucas
rebound in
back
these
with the ball up
situations.
top. Oh, for sure. Great pass. Great pass. We got a tie game. 19 seconds left. Lucas finds Hassan Martin down low, man. Hero ball, baby. Put the ball in the hands of your playmakers, man. Lucas and Kara Mitros Pipa says, "Go, Lucas. You have done this before," and that is exactly right. He's made plays like this before. Tyler Briggs says it's not going to overtime. Larkin about to clutch it up. Okay, we're gonna see, man. Larkin got some time here. And Arrow Incesu says Ephes. We got an Ephes fan there. And now the EuroLeague basketball poll is starting to tip in the other direction. Olympiacos 71%. We've come back down to
So
reality
we came
a little
down
bit.
from 77 to 71 now.
We had 71%, man. I think some Ephes fans I think they got their Wi-Fi service going again, man. I think they I don't know where they were earlier, but or maybe some people went in and changed their votes. Maybe they changed their ballot.
Yeah.
When Ephes was up 3 points, but glad to see it's getting a little more realistic over there, man. This has been a really, really good game. So what are you running out of this timeout?
Oof, I was just thinking about that. I mean, if you're Coach Ataman, you got to believe Olympiacos not going to allow Larkin to just go one-on-one from the top. So I think you have to put him in that situation. I would just go 1-4 flat because anything else, they're going to send the double team. And I think you try to do anything to avoid that. I would go 1-4 flat.
Yeah, keep it simple. I mean, the last two possessions, they've been the ball's been in the hands of Micic, but I think either one of them. I mean, they had a great look last time with Micic. Just getting into the paint and finding Mowerman.
Yeah.
He just missed it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. We got 12 seconds left, man. Walk up in Micic. Oh, do you trap this? What do you do? Play it solid. Okay, we got to switch. But Zinkov, good defense. Micic with a tough bucket. Wow.
Walk-off bucket. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Micic with the heroics. Wow.
Oh, what can you say? That was good defense.
Wow. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh.
Micic with the isolation bucket three-pointer at the buzzer. Wow.
My goodness.
That is crazy. Man, that is so tough. He closed
Step
out with
back.
the
Kind of
left
hangs in
hand,
the
good
air a little
contest.
bit. Yeah.
Man,
I think Bezenkov kind of bothered the shot. He had to hang in the air a little bit more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oof.
Just
That's
came
a
off
big
perfect.
time shot by a star.
It is. It is. Oh my goodness. That is that was an amazing shot. I mean, that's
Yeah.
going to be one of the iconic play. Like 10 years from now on a Throwback Thursday, we're
Yeah.
going to be watching that for the
Yeah.
next 10 years. On a Throwback Thursday on EuroLeague social channels, you're going to be watching that shot, man.
Wow. You definitely dated yourself by Throwback Thursday.
I can't help it, man. I'm old, man. I'm old. Jeez.
I wonder if all these TikTokers even know what a TBT is.
Probably not, man. But I mean, I think we got a little bit of time on, man. But I don't know if this is I don't know if this is enough. That was a huge bucket. I mean, how much time is left on the clock? What did they say?
Game was over.
I thought it was over. No, it's point
They
two.
must have looked at it
Point
and
two, I think, is left.
oh, okay. But
Yeah, I don't
is
think you
that
can
even
get
enough
a three
time to
pointer.
catch and shoot? I think that's only a tip in.
I don't, tip. Yeah, that's a tip. I think that's enough time for a tip in. So, um, yeah, I don't even think that's enough time for a catch and shoot. But yeah, unless you get like an and one tip,
I mean, I
that's
guess
tough,
they could
man.
maybe just
That's
like tip the ball backwards and just a Hail Mary type of thing. But that's game
yeah.
then.
I'm not sure what you could do here. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what you can do here. Yeah, that should be game, man. But man, I'm still in shock by that jumper by Micic, man. And Vezenkov, man. I know he's probably gonna have nightmares
Oh, that
about that
hurts.
last
That
play.
hurts so bad for him.
But yeah, but it's he played great defense on that. That's just a tough shot.
Yeah,
Just a tough
that's
shot,
basketball.
man. And yeah, no, it is, man. I mean, you hate to see it come down like this, but man, what a classic game that was. Micic relatively quiet and you know, made the play at the end. And it's funny because, just looking at how the ending of that game played out, you know, Shane had it going for a large part of like the game and even the fourth quarter, but like the last, I want to say 3 or 4 possessions, Micic was the one on the
Mhm.
isolations, making the plays. And even though they missed some shots and things like that, man, they trusted him with the last shot and he delivered.
Yeah,
That's huge.
I mean that's the luxury you have with two guys like that, two stars on the team. You know, Shane really got them going first half, even the third quarter. Maybe the calf cramps, what is what it looks like, kind of slowed him down there a little bit at the end.
Hmm.
And it's okay. You know, next guy up, Micic, boom, next superstar, and like you said, really got in the lane in the last couple drives there, created a wide open shot for Mormon, didn't go in. You know, they stick with it, and he hits the biggest shot of the season to send them to the final.
For sure, man. It's going to be a lot of upset fans, and I'm sure a lot of teary eyes in the arena today. But I mean,
Yep.
looking ahead, man. So we might be looking at a rematch of last year in the finals.
Yeah, it's a possibility, big possibility.
Yeah, man. It definitely will be, man. So we have the last game, the last semifinals of the Final Four coming up next. We have Barcelona playing against Real Madrid, El Clasico. I'm sure it's going to be another tough game, another close game with a lot of fireworks, as this one was. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Special thanks to my guy Mike Rowe, but we're gonna be seeing you back in a minute, man. So I'm not gonna give you all your flowers just yet. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm gonna need you to come back, man. So, but that's it for this first semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking around. We're about to take a break, but I want you guys to come back for this next semifinals at 8:50 Central Eastern European time. But that's it for this game, and we're out.